Hey, how's it going, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be going over a study guide for CompTIA's Network Plus N10-009. In this video, it's going to be a study plan with free playlists, a YouTube playlist, flashcards, PBQs, and practice exams. I'm going to show you exactly how to use each one so you don't have to waste time going online and finding all the resources. So the whole study loop is the YouTube playlist, the Quizlet study notes, the simulation and PBQ, and the practice exams. And then you just repeat the Quizlets, PBQ, and practice exams until you're passing at a decent level. Um, I'm going to include all these are going to be free, but I also included like the paid resources at the bottom of it too, of the document. So you're going to want to start with Professor Messer's networking plus playlists, which goes over, it breaks down every domain. He goes through every domain: networking, concepts, infrastructure, operations, security, and troubleshooting, clearly and for free. This network, it's going to take a while. I guess this course, I feel like the networking course is pretty difficult, I feel like, so it's a lot of information you're going to have to study. After each video section, you can use Professor Messer's study notes um, to study each, like once you go through the entire Professor Messer's playlist, you can go back and use Professor Messer's study notes to study each section, which these Quizlets are based off each section. Then once you've gone through Professor Messer's study notes, you can go down to the simulation. Cisco's packet tracer simulation here. Um, so you can use this simulation to emulate an actual like networking things you would be doing to network in an actual simulation for free. So you can go through this course, which I would recommend doing at least once, so you can get like an idea of how actually doing it would work. And then after you've done the simulation, um, you can use Labs Digest for the exam, which will simulate real scenarios here. So, so Labs Digest, it has 40 PBQs you can go through here. So you can do 40 PBQs for free from this link. But you can also, if you want to do like more, I've included the paid version of it too. And after you've done the simulation and PBQ, I've also included YouTube links of Professor Messer's study group. Each video in the study group has one PBQ they can use to study. And I've also included a YouTube video of Cisco's simulation, which does an overview of the simulation too. If you don't want to download Cisco's packet tracer simulation. And then I've also included a playlist of Cert Master's Labs simulation. Cert Master's Lab simulation, the playlist is really long, but and also the Cert Master's Lab simulations cost like $150 or something if you want to actually do it. But this is like the most accurate of how it would be like on the exam, and um but it's pretty expensive, so if you don't want to pay $150, you can watch a YouTube video of Sir Master's Lab simulation. For the next thing, I've included two Dion's practice exams. So it's like Dion's practice exams is how the networking test would be. So do I have it here? No, actually. But yeah, these are two full Dion practice exams that you can use to study. Then I've also included Josh Makador's. If you go here, he has also practice questions you can use for networking exam that you can use to study. So after you've gone through this once, these once, the simulation and PBQs, you can do the practice exam. And then I've also included a ports Quizlet because I've been studying for the CompTIA's exam recently, and they ask a lot of questions about ports. So these are just ports exclusively. So it's like, which port number is this? And it's going to ask you it, so you can use that to study your ports. I've also included a beginner's subnetting Quizlet because these are also like specific. These networking questions are also on CompTIA, and so it's like if you're struggling with ports or subnetting specifically, you can use these to help get a grasp on those concepts. And then I've also included the official um, CompTIA networking exam PDF if you want to know exactly what's going to be on. So nothing comes as a surprise. You can use this to do an overview of what's on the official CompTIA's networking exam objectives. And at the very bottom, I've included the paid Dion practice exams. So if you want like even more Dion's practice exams, you can use this. And then if you want more PBQs, you can use this. And then if you want the full Cert Masters Labs simulation, but it's pretty expensive. So I think it's like 150 bucks. Let's see. So you would use this one right here, which has all the labs. This one has more, I guess, like the full Cert Masters course, but this is specifically for the labs, which is 180 bucks, so it's kind of expensive. So instead of paying 180 bucks, you can just use the YouTube resource, or you can just use the simulation here too. So to wrap it up, that's going to be you're going to go through the YouTube playlist, Quizlet, simulation, PBQs, and practice exams, and you just repeat the Quizlets, PBQs, and practice exams for the course until you're doing well, I guess. And then if you want extra, if you want to pay money for like the Dion's practice exams, PBQs, or the simulation specifically, I added those at the bottom too. So that should be everything for the study guide. I think this is everything you pretty much need. So like YouTube videos for PBQs, an actual PBQ, and then simulation. This should be everything you need for like studying for the networking course. Although if you need more things specifically, like if you're doing weak in a specific area, you could probably use Professor Messer's study notes on the Quizlet and then just like go to the specific area you're doing weekend and then like study those notes specifically from Professor Messer's study notes. So that should be everything. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.